Tony G is looking down at Jack 9 offsuit.
I regret it every single time.
Round of straddles is on.
5.
Raise to 5. Perfect.
Pre-flop begins with a fascinating clash between two distinct generations of poker aggression. Ethan Rampage Yao, the face of the modern poker vlogging era.
And of course, the 2K ante, the straddle gets an incredible price here.
Super pro.
Against the super pro.
However, the legendary Tony G, sitting in the straddle, is not a player who enjoys folding his territory. The flop falls an absolute statistical disaster for the veteran. Both players have flopped tripjacks, but the hierarchy is brutal. Rampage holds the king kicker, giving him a massive advantage, while Tony is the victim of a classic kicker trap with his 9. Tony G checks, adhering to a deceptive defensive line. Rampage fires a small continuation bet of 3,000 meant to induce action. Tony, sensing that Rampage might be continuation betting with air, executes a raise to 8,000. This is where the hand enters a high-level clickback war. Rampage, realizing he has the better trips and wanting to define the kickers immediately, 3-bets the flop to 25,000. Tony G, stubborn as ever and refusing to believe he is outkicked on the very first street, makes the call. The turn brings a complete brick. However, the psychology shifts as Tony G decides to seize the initiative. Instead of checking to the 3-better, Tony leads out with a donk bet for 25,000. This is a pure Tony G maneuver. He is trying to set the price or represent that he was trapping with a full house on the flop. He wants to confuse Rampage's mental model of the hand. The river is the queen, a card that puts a potential straight in play, but doesn't change the fact that both players hold trips. Tony G, having led the turn and been called, suddenly hits the brakes and checks. This is the moment Rampage has been waiting for. He realizes that Tony is likely in bluff catch mode and decides to go for maximum value. He fires a massive overbet of 110,000.
Ace king again.
He is putting Tony G to the ultimate test, asking him if his tripjacks are worth a 6-figure investment. Tony G goes into the tank, his ego battling his logic. He has called every street and led the turn, and now facing a massive river bet, he talks himself into the idea that Rampage is at it with a missed straight draw or a weaker jack.
Which one is king? I raised 5 pre. Queen.
And he's going to get paid off. Rampage here. Trips over trips.
Jack, yeah.
Now let's see how Negreanu pushes his luck to the limit on the very next hand.
All in.
Call. All in.
Huh?
Call.
Oh, we got one. I'm happy with my hand. I had suited. I had a king. A lot going on there. You move in, I call this time anyway. I was just saying, screw it. Okay. We need a hat.
At least one heart on the flop would be good. For Daniel.
George needs the best hand to hold up to survive. The flop has a 5 and a 10 on it.
Oh, we got pairs. He's got pairs. We all got pairs. We all got 3 hearts, 3 diamonds. Pretty close race. 50-50.
Not sure the math there works, but you gotta believe it first, and Daniel really believes it.
The turn card is the 3 of diamonds.
That didn't help me at all. Quite the opposite, frankly.
5 of spades!
Oh!
Daniel wins!
That was lucky.
I just wanted clear that I clearly outplayed you in our all-in pots. Obviously.
Kid Poker is in the final.
All right. Sorry, bro. That was ugly.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-8 offsuit.
It's great if you have a good hand. I straddle. 12-8. 12-8. Oh, fuck. Look at that. All right, wait.
Pre-flop begins with a sequence that defies all logic.
All right, I'll straddle. I don't give a
All right, 25.
I've hit the point of not caring anymore.
Yeah. I'm not gonna blind all in.
50.
I don't have 25-6.
You have to.
Well, 25-6. Blind all in?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think I blind all in?
No, I don't think you blind all in.
I'm all in.
Are you
All in. About 55,000.
A moment where the pristine strategy of high-stakes poker is replaced by the sheer, unadulterated chaos of the creator game. Phil Hellmuth, the 14-time bracelet winner, he shoves all in, hoping to pick up the dead money. In a normal game, this might isolate a single opponent. But this is not a normal game.
No more content.
Yes.
Why? Because he wants to buy that. The pot. You don't know what your cards
owe me.
are.
You know what? You owe me, Botez, so I don't mind if you call.
Did you expect
if you were,
call the
you know.
26?
Yeah.
What about
taking advantage of our stupidity. I'm so happy you just said that.
What about a
'Cause that's
20K?
literally like, why would you all in? What do you mean? He's not gonna call 26,000.
20K family pot, all right?
Half and half.
I call.
There's the call.
Are you trying to do the chips?
Alan has ace-3, by the way. Does he call?
I call.
Oh my god.
Keating call?
God.
And add another
Keating has the biggest dick. I'm all in.
55,000 to it.
Reese is all in.
Wait, how much do you have?
I'll let you count. This is 12-8 right here. Yes.
And now we get an all-in over the top.
Insane straddle.
And then
Jump.
out the road.
Okay. So let me get 56. I'm all in. Okay. Take it all.
This is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a $300,000
Yeah, flip.
flip, I guess.
I mean, obviously.
All in block.
By the way. Oh, no, that's 80, 250. Put it in.
339,000 in there.
Only times ever, I'm going to say this.
He's stalling.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Queen.
oh, that's
A 3?
wow.
So she's winning.
Everybody pairs but Beast.
Everyone but me. What is happening? Everyone but me.
That means,
Come on.
that means there's 6 left for you, King.
How in the hell can someone...
That's fine.
It's a queen.
Hey, I'm calling it right now.
Oh,
This is a
ace
queen.
nine.
I'm calling it right now. This is a queen.
No queens.
I will literally tip you
Another
$20,000 if you put a queen.
9, 3, 8, queen.
You better put a queen there in your best interest.
He's praying.
20 grand.
Even Magic can't do that. And Botez again. Are you kidding me?
What, like
Ace 9
like
off.
600,000 now?
Top 100 female poker owners.
That's it.
Did you crack it just now?
Jimmy, you realize how many chips I have? Bro, you know how many I have? I have like 10K left.
I mean, what the fuck? She called $50,000 with an ace 9 offsuit, and I'm losing in this fucking game. What the fuck?
That is literally why I knew this was going
Shout out to
What is happening? What is that?
Well, at least.
Bro, we're getting steamrolled.
At least I know she'll lose back 400 or 500.
That girl is balling. She's gonna single-handedly fix the wage gap in America.
Negreanu picks up Jack-4 suited, a hand most of us will fold, but Negreanu opens light to attack the straddle money, and Williams just flats with kings, which is a great slow play in this lineup. By not squeezing, he keeps the weaker parts of Negreanu's range in, lets the third player come along with dominated hands, and hides the real strength of his holding. On a jack-high flop, the initiative flips to pure range advantage. Negreanu has all the top pair junk kickers, all the jacks from his open, and tons of c-bet candidates. His small bet is value and protection at the same time. He wants folds from underpairs and worse broadways while still keeping dominated jacks in the pot. Williams springs the trap with a raise that does 2 jobs. It inflates the pot against the exact hands he's targeting, top pair worse kicker, and it taxes the draws and gutters that would love a cheap turn. The sizing is clever, big enough to deny, small enough to keep Negreanu attached with his 1-pair hands. Negreanu's call is the disciplined answer. If he 3-bets, he isolates himself versus sets and overpairs. By calling, he controls the pot, keeps bluffs alive, and forces Williams to keep telling a story on later streets. The turn pairs Negreanu, and that changes everything.
This is such a dirty card. I mean, who can really put someone on Jack-4?
Jack-4 goes from bluff catcher to a genuine value hand that beats the most common part of Williams's line, which is exactly the overpairs that raise flop and barrel turn. When Williams continues with a confident bet, his range is face-up strong but capped below sets because of the pre-flop flat.
I'm all in.
Negreanu's shove is surgical. It denies the river to kings and queens. It charges every nut flush draw or combo draw that decided to keep pressing, and it leverages fold equity against hands that hate calling off, but also hate folding. Precisely the overpairs that slow played pre. If he only calls, he lets every overcard, counterfeit, or backdoor scare card complicate the river, and he gives Williams a free shot. Jamming sets the price now and punishes the trap.
Which is it?
50, 74, 9, 80. Call? Once or twice?
Okay, we want to see hands first or no?
Well, I don't care. I'll do twice either way.
I'll do twice.
First river card is a jack.
Oh, that's it. That's a good one for me.
The second river is a 7.
Daniel Negreanu looks down to King 10 offsuit, a hand with decent equity in a 4-way pot. Against him is Elizabeth Houston, who opens to a Queen Jack offsuit. Let's see who will the poker gods bless this time.
See that? Cheap flop.
Reynolds folds.
Also makes it easier to call this 3-bet from Tony G.
He raises to 2,000. Queen Jack for the cannon. She calls out of position. So does Daniel.
And like that, Williams built himself his own little pot odds.
He calls 2. four-person party to the flop.
The flop comes 8-queen jack rainbow, which is perfect for Houston. She is looking at top 2 pair with no danger of a flush and only a potential straight or a pocket pair being in her way. Her odds look great, but I think she should have bet harder before Negreanu had a chance to see more of the community cards.
I fold.
Thank you, William.
With the bet sizing being insufficient, even Tony G with his mid pair of jacks that have 2% equity will make the call. The turn delivers the 4 of spades. Things couldn't have been better for Houston. Pocket 4s would have probably folded, same as the pocket 6s from earlier, but she is still afraid of the flush and straight draw. That's why she fires a bet for a bit over half the pot, which I think will be yet again not enough to get Negreanu off his hand.
Daniel's checking out her stack, knowing she probably has something strong enough to lose it all if he does make the nuts.
Negreanu casually calls her $15,000 bet as predicted. But at least Tony G and his adventuristic jacks are gone. Now let's see what the turn will bring for Negreanu. And it is the ace. What a cooler this will be at the end.
That's Daniel's gin card, and this could get ugly for the cannon. I expect her to bet here.
Now she checks.
Somehow she knew to slow down. Daniel's got the nuts. Let's see how much he thinks she'll pay off.
50.
If Elizabeth has watched the show at all, she would know Daniel doesn't bluff raise the river very often. No one does.
If Elizabeth makes this call, she'll have less than 30,000 remaining in her stack.
Call.
Ouch.
She sees it.
Damn it.
Peter is looking down at 5-3 suited. Although the action picks up at the flop, we can see the wreckage of the pre-flop battle. In a standard professional game, the hands we see are frequently folded, but in this splashy dynamic, all 3 players have found a reason to see a flop. Nate finds himself in a dominant position with top 2 pair, while Peter is hunting for a miracle, looking for the 4 of clubs to complete his straight flush draw. Nick V, flinging to bottom pair, also looks for the nut flush from any club. Nate decides to drop the hammer, executing a powerful 3-bet to 4,000. He is betting for maximum value, hoping to charge draws or get a hero call from a single pair. However, Peter refuses to be bullied. Holding the potential straight flush, Peter realizes that his fold equity is his greatest weapon. He chooses the most aggressive path possible.
Oh.
Talk, but I can't.
You've got the equity.
Everybody watching wishes you could talk too. All right? It's bad for the game that I got a guy behind me.
This is a classic semi-bluff. Peter is banking on his straight flush outs while simultaneously trying to force a fold from a marginal 1-pair hand.
And I'll tell you what I had after, and if it comes, I'm going to be...
They both put in
I think it's
12,000.
Right, Tex?
Yeah. Good read. They have real hands.
Yeah. Ace.
With your luck tonight?
Oh, that straight flush for Tucci would have been crushed.
Idiots. Did you get there?
Did you get there? Nate's not going to be happy about this one. He has $120 left.
Oh, God, I'm so sick. I had it all.
Bertucci is beside himself right now.
2 pair.
2 pairs.
I might have got counterfeited.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to slow roll you too much.
Nice time.
Straight flush.
Yes! Right there, baby! Ace! I had ace deuce of clubs.
This is beautiful. Nick's going to think it was a great fold now.
Ace and deuce of clubs. Wow.
Oh my God, I'm so mad I want to break that fucking...
Unlucky for Nate Hill.
Wow.
That other door is about to get
4, I'd have been tilted.
Yeah. Bust the other door, Nate.
Ace deuce of clubs, bro.
Trickett kicks things off with 6-5 of spades. This is an extremely speculative hand that aggressive players like Trickett love. Trickett has already raised $200,000, and our villain is considering his options.
That's 3. 335, 35.
With almost $200,000 already in the pot, paying $50,000 should be nothing. And our Bulgarian villain thinks the same as he calls with his Jack 7 of spades. The flop comes 2-9-3 with 2 spades. Now Trickett is hoping for the 4 of spades, and the Bulgarian is begging the dealer for almost any spade but the 4. After the villain shows weakness with his check, Trickett looks like he will take matters into his own hands. And he does exactly that. He fires a bet for $80,000, which is about 1/3 of the pot. Now the ball is in the court of the Bulgarian. I think his best option is to just call and play along for another card and hope it's a good spade. After some thoughtful consideration, he does the reasonable thing and calls to see the turn. Let's see how will that play out for him.
So we'll see the turn card, and it's the 4 of spades. Wow, what a card. That has made Sam Trickett a straight flush. He is absolutely unbeatable in this hand. And Igor Kurganov has got a jack-high flush, so he'll think that he's unbeatable.
This is what we call a cooler, Jono. All the chips are going into the middle. Sam has the absolute nuts. He's got the best hand possible.
The turn delivering the 4 of spade is the best thing that could have happened to Trickett, and the worst for the Bulgarian villain. Now he will think that he has a good flush when in fact he is drawing completely dead. With Trickett betting 180,000, the price of a third of the pot is not too bad for a call here. What would you do in that position? Would you fold, or would you go all in? Let me know in the comments.
Mullen, call.
Mullen, call.